Henrico, I understand today is your birthday, so I wish you the joy of the day. I am Duarte, por Barossa de Regario, a friend of your mother, Dolada. And I thought, as a very, very small gift, I would read you of Avarice and the Lioness. You see, I run the Empire de Barossa, the finest printworks in Regario. This is one of the small virtue stories which my printing house has produced, and I hope you will enjoy my reading of it. Amido de Abondanza strode into his warehouse, the heavy lock clicking open as the brass key turned, allowing him to step into a small room concealed within the walls. The light from the candle threw pale, flickering light across rich bales of fine silk and iron-bound chests, containing precious metal, tempest jade, and world marrow. Amido smiled. The caravan lost on the high road through the mountains would be a costly blow to his partners, but with the written goods in his warehouse, profits would be his. Ambition, he chuckled to himself, is a virtue. Laughter echoed from the back of his warehouse, and Amido whirled to face it, fingers clutching at the gem-encrusted hilt of a dagger hanging from the golden belt wrapped around his ponderous bulk. With a quavering voice he demanded, "Who is there?" "Beware your sins, merchant." High and clear, ringing like a bell, the retort echoed through the hidden chamber. "They may see you to the labyrinth if you do not care for your steps. Employing bandits to attack your own caravan. Can there be anything lower than a man who turns on his allies? And then, trusting your instructions to paper. How very careless. That mistake will cost you dearly. 100 crowns will keep my lips sealed. 200 more will have your letters returned. Bring the money to the glass point at midnight." Silence. Amido rushed to the rear of the room to find nothing but a piece of paper pinned to the wall. With a snarl, the merchant ripped the silhouette of a kingfisher, drawn on the wing in indigo ink, from the wall, and crushed it into a ball. 20 miles away, a dozen rough, tough men and women were picking over the spoils of a small wagon. The leader of the bandits ignored the body of a worn old man and the tears of a grievously wounded adolescent girl. She closed her eyes. The leader rested against a tall tree, enjoying the warm sunshine and allowing the thrill of the ambush and the killing to fade. "You should have more courage, little girl. Dry your tears and be on your way to the labyrinth. Nothing here for you now. Nothing here for you." The words repeated from the trees behind the armoured woman, a sibilant echo lending a sinister air without alerting the rest of her band. "Nothing but trouble. The merchant has sold you out, you and your brigands both. But I know where the letter lies, and I will sell it to you, rather than to the magistrate. I will sell it to you for a price. Bring 100 crowns to the glass point at midnight. Bring 100 crowns, fair warrior, and the letter is yours." Turning slowly, narrow eyes scanning the trees for the source of the voice, the outlaw chief cursed loudly enough to summon some of her men. "Search the trees! There's someone here, and I want their head." High overhead, a piece of fabric flapped in the breeze. The image of a river bird in glorious blue ink was all the bandits would find. The brilliant light of the moon, blocked by the mighty beacon that was the glass point on the cliff top, cast a dark shadow over the courtyard. The outlaw chief watched the bulk of the merchant as he paced backwards and forwards in the gloom. His pair of bravos had been easy to slip by, and her own men had easily overpowered them by dint of numbers and surprise. "Diabondanza!" What a surprise! Her strong voice echoed through the empty square. "I did not expect to find a rat waiting for me tonight. You would sell out the Lioness and her company? Braver than I thought." She stepped into the moonlight, and the trader took a step back, the threat in the woman's naked blade obvious. "You would betray your partners and investors. You would engage me and those who fight with me to attack your own caravan, to kill your own people, and then deliver your cargo back to you. And then You would seek to have me caught and executed so that your crimes would not go discovered? No. Amido backed away from the dreadful bandit till the bulk of the wall behind him stopped his retreat. No, I would not betray you. Our arrangements, they are too profitable. We will both be prosperous. You shall see it. Nobody knows. Nobody can know. I am too clever and you too brave. Reaching forward to drag him upright, the lioness led the cold steel of her stiletto against his lips. Promise me this, darling. Promise me, our darling Armido, that you will not abandon me and that our partnership will continue. And promise me that you will explain why we are both here. I assure you, dear lady, I am here but for the heir, and to meet with somebody who claimed to have papers stolen from you, papers which link us together. They demand money, but I have brought men to seize them instead. Your men are captured, the brigand leader purred, but they are safe with my men. But worry not, for I too am supposed to meet with one who claims to have proof of our dealings. To snare him is my intention, working together with my planning, my muscle, and you as the bait. We will have our little rat. Worry not, sweet one. Two figures stood in the alley overlooking the square. One, a masked figure, wreathed in shadow, spoke first. You see, Captain, I have not brought you on a chase for the wild geese, but to bring these vermin to trial, which will be good for the Empire. It will reflect well on you, your men, your efforts, and upon the office and person of Magistrate Inscap. You've heard their boast and confessions given freely, and know that the Lioness has brought a crew of her bandits. I'm sure that your crossbowmen on the roof and your bravos hiding in the eager shadows will be enough to snatch both the villain, the merchant, the bloodthirsty brigand, and their men, and I trust that you will ensure that justice is done. The magistrate's strong arm nodded, gazing out over the courtyard below. I thank you, Kingfisher, for your actions. They will be remembered. Now, I suggest you leave, lest you be swept up with these two and with their filth. When he turned back to the alley, it was empty. Empty but for a small piece of paper fluttering in the wind. The image of a kingfisher illuminated by a shaft of moonlight. So, Captain Porger, you tell me you overheard both Armido de Abundanza, a respected and wealthy merchant, and the vile outlaw known as the Lioness talking. You tell me that they admitted their treacherous and villainous behaviour, their awful business dealings, and that others of your men and the keeper of the glass beacon heard the same. See, Magistrate Inscap, that is the case. Further, you were there because of the careful investigation you're undertaking on a missing caravan. The magistrate's cold eyes bored into her captain's face. You were not warned. There was no informant to take the reward. No. It was due to the work of my bravos, your thief takers. Certainly some of the information was found by asking questions, but by asking the right questions of the right people. The money rightfully belongs to those who risk their lives in capturing these criminals. The magistrate silently watched the grizzled former soldier who led the bravos under her authority. Very good. Is there anything else? One thing. A crafty glint appeared in the grizzled face of the veteran thief-taker. The one called the Kingfisher. We believe that masked menace to be involved too. I recommend calling for Blood-Tide Wrecker. She'll bring the Kingfisher to the Empress's justice. A long moment passed. Magistrate Inscap nodded. Do it. Bring down the Kingfisher. But alive. I wish to speak to that masked renegade. On a high roof, above the graceful tower, the cloaked figure stood carefully. Pulgar, my friend, you have made an error. Blood-Tide Wrecker will not appreciate being led upon a merry dance. And you have never been able to carry a tune. Moving quickly but quietly, the masked figure of the Kingfisher vanished into the night. And thus ends Avarice and the Lioness, the first account of the Kingfisher. I hope you enjoyed it. Henrico, if you wish to find me on Anvil, I will happily give you the printed chapbook. But till we meet on Anvil once more, I wish you the joy of the day, and once again, a happy birthday. Farewell.